if you're not bringing these documents into businesses, you're doing it all wrong. So when I was just starting out, excuse me, I created a couple sheets and it wasn't good at all. So what I am bringing in now, actually, what business owners don't understand what you're doing. So you have to like baby them along kind of and explain to them like what you do as like simple, instead of like using advanced terms, stuff like that. Like some clients want to hear that, but you just have to distinguish these clients from other clients. So let's say if you're going to a chiropractor, you want to give them some advanced terms so they don't know what you're doing, rather than them knowing everything. Because if someone knows everything, why would they want to go with you, you know? So what I bring is just a sheet, a packet. Like when I first walk into a business to schedule a meeting, I'll bring in a sheet of like a bunch of pieces of paper that say, just explain like what I do, what my company's about, how I help them. And I also give them like a little, like I show them like what some of my services are. So like I have one sheet in there that's content manager, like account manager, and then an example for Facebook ads, and I think there's another one, Facebook ads and Google AdWords. And there's an example, I'll put a picture of it. So these are just examples of some of the stuff I do. So also, once I hand them that for the first meeting, so we sit down, we begin to talk about what they're doing now currently with their advertising. So hopefully when you bring that piece of paper in, you'll get a meeting just to help them. And when you get that first meeting, you do not want to mess it up. What I did is I created a presentation and I gave them as much value as possible. So I gave them so much value. Like, you want to give them so much value, they want to pay you. Like they'll pay you no matter what. Like that was my goal. So instead of me walking in with nothing, I wanted to be super prepared. So I knew what I had to do, how I had to do it, and stuff like that. Dude, it's hard to hold this camera, man. But yeah, so when you're walking into businesses, make sure you have a packet of what you do, how you can help them, and maybe you can even like have an audit of what they're doing wrong, so they know you can help them. And you can even add like how you're gonna help them, so they know they're doing something wrong and they know you can help them, which would be huge. And then don't leave until you schedule that meeting. You have to schedule that meeting or you're not gonna get them. So schedule the meeting, and then once you schedule the next meeting, so you walk in, you get the meeting, and then that meeting you show them the presentation of all the stuff that you can help them with and stuff like that, and you're providing as much value as possible. That's what I did, and that's what landed me my first client. So after the first meeting with the presentation, the second meeting is going to be the agreement signing. Not a contract, it's an agreement. If you have a contract, they're not going to want to do any business with you. Because a contract, everybody has problems with contracts. Like phone contracts, Like, that's a huge one. Like, everybody has a bad experience with a contract. Even if you're 16 and you have a phone, like, your phone bill is expensive, and I'm sure sometimes you run out of data or whatever and you get mad and you want to switch over to a better network, but you can't because you're on a contract. So just make sure you say agreement rather than a contract, because it's so much better. Like, he literally, when I walked in, he was like, if you said contract, I wouldn't sign anything. So, and I said agreement because I was prepared, and you got to be prepared. So he might want to, like my client, he wanted to wait a day and think about it and review it. That's okay. You don't want to give them, like, you don't want to attack them with whatever. Just be like, okay, do you have any other questions I can answer today? So you get all of the things that they want out then, rather than waiting and they're having questions and then they think about it and they're like, oh no, I don't want to do this. So you want to make sure that you get all of their objections out of the way and just agree for another meeting to sign the agreement. And I'm gonna post down below the documents and presentations I use. If you would like to use them below, you can, but you cannot copy them because that's illegal. But anyway, yeah, so just prepare and make sure you're doing it right and it's fine. But other than that, yeah. Dude, I feel so weird doing this. Not gonna lie. I'm just gonna sit down for a second. Alright, so you get the meeting with the packet. You get the meeting for the presentation. You do a good job on that. Then you're like, can we schedule another meeting so I can go over with you the agreement so we can get this started? And they're like, okay. And once you do that, they'll be like, oh, I gotta wait a day to think about it. That's all right. Once you do that, you wait another day, you're at the meeting and you sign it. How's it going? And then after that, you get the deal signed, and what you want to do is when you get the agreement signing meeting, you want to bring your state's W-9. What this is it allows your client to write off your services. Without it, you can, but it's not really, it's in the gray, I guess you could say. So a W-9 is basically saying that your client is hiring you to do the work so they can write it off. And then also, so you got your agreement, the W-9, and an invoice, and I also add a timeline of the services I'm going to be providing during the first month, so they know you're going to be doing a good job rather than you do just floating a boat. I don't know what way to say it. You're not doing anything, so they like know for certain you're actually going to be working and helping them and giving them results. So this is just a short little video of me explaining how you can get a client, and if you're not doing it right, hopefully these tips can help you. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I hope you out selling and closing deals. All right, peace guys.